Hey everyone, Slambo here, hopping on another contest. This one is for a channel that's new to me. It's called Uncommon Pallor. He's got a bunch of videos about showing his collection from a slightly different perspective. He started a contest because he's just about to reach 100 subs. I think he might have reached it by now. He had a few questions on his list, and the questions all have to do with language. The first question is show a band name or a song title in a language that is not your native tongue. You know, when I heard this question, my very first thought, of course, was Wintergatan. This is a Swedish band, but the frontman of the band is now living in France, and he's building a marble machine called Marble Machine X that is going to be a musical instrument. He's been doing weekly uploads about the construction of the machine. He's got a worldwide group helping him with the design of the machine. It's fascinating stuff just to see how things are built. But Wintergatan is my first pick. And when I ordered this record as a way to support his efforts, they sent me a copy of a CD from a band that he was in before Wintergatan. This is Detective Byran, not Brian, Byran. And this one is really an EP, but also, you know, this is the first EP of Detective Byran, Martin's previous band. Hope you like it. So yeah, I did like it. It was a very enjoyable disc, and it's very much in the same vein as Wintergatan. So the second question in the contest here is show a band name with profanity in the name, or show a record title with profanity in the name. Well, I don't have any band names that have profanity in the title, but I do have a couple of records with profanity in the title. And the first one that I'm going to show, I'm holding off on my most recent acquisition to show that in a separate video. But this record I've shown before, Richard Pryor, Super Nigger. I got it because it's Richard Pryor, and my comedy collection has to have some Richard Pryor in it. So there we have it. Richard Pryor, Super Nigger, for a record title with profanity in the name. And the third question he asked is show a band name that you don't necessarily like. And it took me a while to think of one because a lot of my collection, the name of the artist is just the person's name, and you really can't fault them for that, you know, because a lot of times, most of the time, they haven't picked it themselves. It was their parents picking it, so it's really not their fault. But I will choose one that's a band name that I'm not really too keen on, and that's called The Selfish Gene, and this is their album, The Grand Masquerade. And I picked this one because it sounds like a kind of a throwaway name. The phrase "The Selfish Gene" comes from a scholarly works, but as a band name, not so much. It doesn't really work well for me. So that's why I'm picking this one. It's not necessarily a really bad name, but it's one that you really can't get unless you really know the context of where it comes from. And it just doesn't really do it for me. So that's why I'm picking that one. So there we have it. There we have a band name in a foreign language, a record with a vulgarity in it, in its title, and a band name that I don't necessarily like all that much. That's what I've got today. See you next time.